Michelle, one of the things I'm trying to do here, and the reason we're here in your living room, is because I'm trying to get elected to the California Assembly. And I have some legislative experience, and that was 7 years in the Kansas legislature. I've been a prosecutor. I've worked in California in defending employers and insurance companies and work comp cases for like 22 years. I've been a resident of Orange County since '87. And my own kids went to Orange County schools, Laguna Hills High School, Tribeca Hills High School. My son went to Saddleback College. My daughter graduated from UC Santa Barbara. Tell the folks how you and I met in the first place.
Yeah. Well, Mike, he came over, just knocked on my door. I'd seen maybe a pamphlet or two, and thought, this is too good to be true. And then, but you came in, and really, I don't like having people just barge on me, but you were just pretty straight up, straightforward, didn't assume anything about me, which way I was thinking or anything. You said, look, I'm here, I'm trying to do it. Things are tough, and you know, we need a voice here, don't you? And I said, you know, we do.
This is a big district. All of, well, 90% of Irvine, Newport Beach, Newport Coast, a little bit of Laguna Woods, or all of Laguna Woods, and over 500,000 people. And I can't knock on every door. If I was representing you in Sacramento, there are a lot of people that think, you know, that teachers that only work 9 months a year get, you know, a big deal. That university people, well, it's a lot of academia, but you know, where's the real meat, as they used to say? What do you do for the people in this district that have a you know, they're working hard and paying taxes and thinking that, you know, you're living up here on the hill, you've got a nice view, and you're not doing the sweat. What are you doing? Why are you important? Why is what you do important for the everyday folk here in the district?
Our charter is based on population.
In other words,
we grow because we have to teach the citizens of California, and that is the #1 goal. We bring in research grants from companies. We also bring in from foundations and institutes such as American Heart Association, all the charities that go out there and say help research. That converges in these prime places like UC campuses where we can really get stuff done.
So in other words, you're bringing in money that then pays for your salary, and you...
It pays, we pay our own salary. We're here to create a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week infrastructure of work. I mean, we are here to bring in the money, do the research that gets the answers. I mean, and this, I'm talking from a scientific point of view, innovation, and you know, somebody getting out there.
Entrepreneurship, leads to jobs.
Exactly. We've got young people coming in. It used to be for $5,000 a year could come out, you know, as you know, with an excellent education. The bang for the buck in the UC system in terms of the California economy, it's not just pretty good deal. It's not just the best in the country, it's the best in the world. The best.
Tell us what the effect that the budget crunch has had on the morale, the income, and the faculty here.
It's not salary cuts. It's not necessarily even furloughs per se. What's really happening is our retirement benefits and our health care, you know, we're part of the community now, and we're going to be. We want to, you know, I've had a daughter in California. I want to grow and stay here.
Sure.
I want to give back. I go and volunteer, you know, in schools. I do all sorts of things. But the point is that to stay here, we've been really killed with a few things. Yeah, the retirement benefits have gone. It's so bad now, and we're going to be forced to contribute, fine, that's another chunk of our normal salary, it's just now gone, to basically a money-losing situation, so that's a bummer. It's not so much that, I don't have all the numbers in front of me. My husband just went to a seminar yesterday on this, you know, and they're telling us the dire news. And I have, just so you know, we have colleagues here, started off recently. They came in thinking there's an adjustment of how many years you'd have to work to be able to retire on a certain percentage of your salary. That conversion factor has just dropped in like nothing. We're here to work and all that stuff. That's not the problem. The problem is that all my colleagues now that are at a good budding young stage, they have all their CVs are out. It's gotten to the point where people who are good, who have been core to bringing in collaborative grants, so these are grants where you say, we're good, not just because I'm so smart, but because this guy's smart and this guy's smart and we're doing a program project together. We're doing this big time, so any one of those leaves and the whole thing falls. So it's really
critical.
It's deeply affecting the infrastructure. But I know that if it goes beyond a certain level, that they won't, pay, if the state doesn't pay for my kids' education, if the state isn't able to, I don't mean all of it, I just mean the baseline. Not so much my child, but I want my whole community happy.
And I noticed that you have a piano here and you have a little certificate on the wall. Let's tell me a little bit about your piano.
Well, I first started when I was about 8, and I've loved piano ever since then.
Do you enjoy school?
Yes, I do.
Your mom and I were talking a little bit earlier. You said you visited the school and maybe the principal or the superintendent about cuts in the
cuts,
K through 12 education. And again, you were mentioning how you were saying now, certainly there's got to be some fat here to cut. Tell us that story.
I came at it that same way. I said, okay, I was with the board president of the Irvine Unified School District, and we had a sort of a private dinner meeting so we could just learn. And she exposed herself completely and said, look, I said, come on, you can tell me. There's got to be something. What's the big problem? What can we do? Well, we're here. We really want to help. And she said, I have never seen this like this. And she's been in the system for 20 years. She doesn't take any assumptions. Like, she works hard. This woman's amazing, but we can't cut anything else. We can't. We're done. We're done.
And in terms of education, it's kind of a big thing. I mean, one of the things we talk about are teacher salaries. We talk about class sizes. We talk about testing. Now, here's one that comes up a lot, which is that there are certain levels, as I understand it, that both the federal and the state government are requiring certain level of testing. Do you feel like you're being taught to take the test, or are you being taught in terms of more a general curriculum, in terms of just learning to think critically yourself?
I think it's more general.
More general? Okay, so you're not complaining that you're being taught to take the test?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
We're lucky.
We're lucky in that respect.
Right now, this particular district much more resistant than other districts about the test.
Well, how do we, there's also talk about paying teachers not according to how long they've been in the district, but more in terms of evaluating their performance. Because the private sector thinks that in the private sector it's all about production and your value to the company versus you've just been with the company for a long time. Now, so I'm asking you, first of all, you have a great deal of respect for your current teacher.
Yeah, she's definitely really good. She teaches people in a way that they can actually understand it.
And I'm thinking that she's good with all types of learning levels of kids, right?
Yeah.
And if you were going to evaluate her, how would you even try to objectively evaluate her, so at the end of the year you could say, she should be promoted, she should have a salary raise, she's somebody we really want to keep around here?
I think yes, all those, because even though she's been there for a long time, I think she's a great teacher and she deserves that salary raise.
Okay. Is there any other kids of all color and backgrounds in your classes? Do kids talk about what we adults are talking about now in terms of...
Only in a silly way, not matured way.
See way she says mature way.
I mean, if I wanted to, we could get into the private schools and stuff and not worry about other types of kids. We have all sorts in there.
Yes.
And it's to her benefit. It's to everyone's benefit.
Well, why is it to her benefit? Why do you, what do you like the mix rather than going to a quote elite school?
Because that way I don't feel superior. I mean,
even though you're fairly superior, you know that.
But I feel like everyone should have the same amount of respect, and so I like being with everyone else.
How many kids in your class?
32.
32.
Yeah. Yeah,
So I'm 62. Do you think I've reached any sort of level of maturity?
Yes.
You don't know me. We just met this morning, right?
Yes.
Good.